Oh, damn, dude. You better warn a brother before you do that shit. Fuck.
That's good. Hey, John, I wanted to get your opinion about something. Yeah, you're about the drow priestess that we have. Do you have any thoughts about how to keep her basically subdued and not escape from us or kill us? Because she's probably one of the most dangerous characters we've ever run into in all these campaigns.
I just realized you were talking to John, and he just stepped out to blow his nose.
Okay, never mind.
John, when you get back, they're asking for your advice. Quick person check. I think I'm missing somebody, and I want to make sure.
My sister,
We've got
just fine. Thank you.
glad to hear, Zag. I love you guys. You live to torture me, do you not?
What was that, error coming out of his ego?
Basically, yes. So we've got Blodgett, Bash, Blaz, Frederick, Lev, LJ, Carlos, Men at Arms, Lev, Familiar, and the Drow Priestess. And then this was the Dwarven Merchant. That's right. This is a merchant who, and I guess I shouldn't use guy character for him. I will use
But he's a pickpocket.
Yes, that's right. He's a pickpocket. Although there was some debate on that idea as to whether he was the pickpocket. I believe Suzanne, I believe Blodgett mentioned to you last time that he was probably not the pickpocket because the Dwarven Prince who was with you is no longer with you.
Yep, he disappeared.
He disappeared. He pissadeered, which made everybody a little pissadointed. And they left a piddle-uddle in the fiddle of the moor.
I told you he was evil.
Just because someone's evil doesn't mean they're out to get you. I mean, he was, but that doesn't mean...
It's your statement. You should look at your party more.
Mm-hmm.
Blodgett, I thought it was your day to watch the Dwarven Prince.
He was watching the Dwarven Prince. That's how he knew he'd gone. He literally just disappeared. Like one moment he was there, one moment he was not.
He made off with a scroll of dispel magic or something like that?
Yeah, sounds like he did.
More than one.
Oh, no, just one as far as...
I thought it was more than one. Okay, just one.
Yeah. Zag's Bash was the only one who seems to be missing his scroll of dispel magic.
Yes, it should have been a scroll of dispel dwarven evil liability.
I mean, there is that. That's definitely the next scroll that you guys need to work on.
Who is this who's making out with my scrolls?
The Dwarven Prince disappeared, and at the same time, shortly after he disappeared, Blaz noted that his one of his dispel magic scrolls was gone.
All right.
Blaz, you gotta watch your butt, man. Seriously. Pockets in the dungeon.
Yeah,
what happens when you always stay at the back of the party.
Straight arrow every now and then.
That has been at least 2 modules ago.
Hey, you're the one who brought up my ass. You're the one who brought up my ass. I didn't bring it up. You did. So that's all I gotta say.
Well, your ass, that is basically what the subject is right now. So
apparently,
I'm just staying in the present, dude.
Somebody likes Blaz's ass. That's the issue.
Well, I mean, what's not to like, really?
Right?
I didn't say it was a bad ass.
God damn, cat.
You think you're a badass.
This is a popular tourist spot. Pickpockets are everywhere. It's worse than Rome, I swear to God. We're sitting there going, oh, look at the drow about to kick our ass. And, poof, there goes our wallet,
Yeah.
All right, so Joel,
Shot me in the ass once.
John.
Can't see me.
Anyway, Joel, give your question one more time. Carlos.
Okay. Hey. Yes, John. The drow priestess that we have is probably one of the most dangerous individuals we've encountered, let alone we're trying to keep her captive and not run away, throw spells at us, and so forth. What ideas do you have to kind of ensure her behavior without killing her outright? Because I'm not, once you've taken somebody prisoner, I don't feel right just killing her, but just want to get your thoughts.
If you have something to drive you stupid, that's about all you have.
Well, I don't think putting her upside down, painting her yellow is going to work in this case, like the bugbear story that Victor told me, but I thought you might have something like that.
No, actually, I think Blodgett might.
Anyone, I open it. It is John. I hadn't pulled him for his opinion, and he's kind of famous for creative ways of, yeah.
Blodgett has ideas, but you won't like them.
Oh, shit.
Well, I have enough rope to actually tie her up properly. It'd take about 50 feet. She's a drow,
How long does the silent spell last? Is it 10 minutes per level kind of thing?
I think it might be 1 minute per level.
Okay, that's not long enough. I was going to say cast the silent spell on the gag, but that's not going to work.
I mean, all else fails. I've got wine and spirits in LJ's bag from God knows how long ago.
What spirits?
Wine and spirits. Getting her drunk.
Oh!
Extremely drunk.
Huh. Okay.
You're assuming she'll actually swallow it.
We can do waterboarding with that,
Yeah,
ways of making
I think holding over the lava was kind of pushing, was kind of at the edge of what that was.
We don't refer to it as waterboarding in tactical baptisms.
That's funny.
That's bad. Or maybe I wish there was some way we could align our interests, but it's kind of tough.
Look,
Anyway,
if we're counting around a live female drow of any level, you either get her out of here and take care of her immediately, or we can kill her. I mean, seriously, this is one of the snakiest things you can have anywhere near you.
I agree. What did we find also in 12? Basically, there was a list of like treasure, but what about magical items? What did we find there?
I haven't detected magic yet on the items, but what we do have are a robe set with garnet, topaz, opal, and amethyst, which screams magical to me. We've got 2 locked silver coffers, some cosmetic items, 2 locked chests, a goblin and basin set of lapis, and an ebony screen, which also just kind of common sense screams magic.
Huh. Okay. Well, I've also got identify, so unless I guess you can't put her in a bag of holding, huh?
Who?
Too big, I guess.
The drow? No, you can't do that.
Okay, I didn't think so. It's just a thought.
One thing about what is our long-term plans regarding this person?
Not to let them kill us or fuck us over. That's my long-term plan.
I'm just trying to figure out why she's actually still. How did this happen?
Well, because I had a feeling that she was going to, going to lead us to something that we would have a hard time finding, which we did. That area across from 12, we didn't know existed. It was an illusionary wall. And now she's revealed it to us. Now, what lies beyond, I don't know. And it might be something in there that's great or something that could fuck us over. Not sure. But I don't trust her any further than I can guess.
If she wants us to go in there, it's probably going to fuck us over. But she also claims to be the one who is large and in charge of the giants here.
Yeah, and
it kind of vibes with the trend that we've seen where the giants are working together in a more suspiciously organized fashion than they normally would.
And I finally figured out why the drow would need the giants is because the drow live in the Underdark, okay? So they need a creature that's an intermediary that both goes, lives underground and goes to the surface, basically, to be their do their heavy lifting, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that does.
Yeah, they would make good minions.
Muscle for the mob.
Yeah. Yeah.
As far as the area beyond, she has told you that. I think she told you that this. I can't remember what she said exactly, but it was roughly that this area beyond this is the place that you could go to see what all is controlling all of this. None of the player characters have been beyond those dotted lines. Only your familiars, and your familiars didn't like it. Well, your familiar, Bob the Builder, didn't like it. I don't think the familiar has been beyond that so far.
No, he is not, and so I'll go ahead and try and send him in, flying invisible, and just kind of try and get a scope on what we're looking at in there.
And what the priestess said was,
That's what she said after you put the gag on her. Correct?
After we cast gag.
Oh,
After
great.
you cast
It's actually a priestess. Yeah, this just got 12 shades of deeper and uglier.
All right. You're familiar able to go in and look upon these works and not despair. You, unlike the battery, he's like, this is a job for a real familiar. And he goes up to his, right? Also true. Make sure I'm not giving away more than is necessary.
So is LJ keeping a hold of the priestess?
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I recall correctly, he is still huge.
Yeah.
Not like literally size class, but he's strong.
What I might recommend is if she looks like she's going to try something, I hate to say this, but break her neck.
Yeah, I can snap her in half over my leg like a pencil if I need to.
Yeah.
The area in here, these are huge, 10-foot wide pillars of mauve and green. The area is illuminated by a strange swirling light. You guys aren't in here, but basically it's lit with a strange light. The stairs leading downward. Kind of a railing goes across the section here.
That's a club.
Basically, yeah.
I've been to that one in Houston.
Oh, it's the church.
It goes on for quite some
No, it's
time.
Power Tools. It's at Houston.
It goes on for quite some time.
Let's go up the stairs and see what we find.
All right.
Meanwhile, I'm going to move so I can plug my headphones in.
Okay.
I'm gonna get some beers just in case violence breaks out.
I already got my beer.
Good man.
I was already running late, so I was like, I can stop at the store.
That's pretty legit.
Yep.
I'm gonna be late. I shouldn't show up empty-handed.
I appreciate it. It always brings it in for the DM, even though the DM can't reach it.
One question:
Fucking
how
hell.
is the priestess currently restrained?
We've got her coiled up with probably 50 to 100 feet of giant glass rope.
Okay.
Silky, silky rope.
And we had the rogue do the rope work this time.
Shibari.
Because rogues have a neat little skill called use rope.
Okay, I'm doing
Slightly safer now.
Oh, Jesus. Done. All right. Right. Okay, wait a minute. That's in it properly. I did. Okay.
Oh wow, I really hate that.
As well, you should. The familiar is able to go on through. Looks foreboding, rather just
Victor, do you still have the character sheet for my familiar?
Yeah.
Could you shoot that to me in an email when you get the chance?
Sure thing. But I know that that's your save. If you want to go to the one.
Okay, so that's the bonus for the familiar
Your
itself, not
familiar.
a circumstantial thing. All right, so 19.
It's basically even for your familiar floating through comparatively safe. It's just a dangerous looking, uneasy, like he's sensing creatures that snap him up at any moment somewhere around there, even though he knows probably.
Oh, hentai.
Basically, yes.
Let's see. I'm sorry, Vic. I couldn't hear what you said.
He doesn't see anything besides the pillars and the swirling mist. But you get a sense of definite uneasiness. Which area do you want to go and check out?
Let's go right.
Okay.
Find a jukebox.
I swear to God, if I just failed that will save. And we've got a bunch more Rakshasa on our hands.
Did fine.
Oh no, I fucking did. Oh, I fucking failed.
Okay, so bunch of the floor in this area 10 is red and black, polished red and black floor, and obsidian pillars.
Victor, you're echoing really bad through Garlos, and I can't really understand you.
Let me.
That's because John is my voice. He's the metronome of the god.
It's a neat reverb effect, I'll say, but when it's that much out of sync, it just kind of it doesn't work so well.
Okay, well, we'll work on that. We'll work on that, John. We'll get better.
Thank you.
All right.
Well, wait for the voice of Mouth of Sauron for that.
Right.
Okay.
So this area, you've got a black and mauve polished floor. With obsidian pillars every 3 feet. He can go between them if you want, or he can check the pillars out directly.
I'm gonna have him cast detect magic.
Oh, this whole place radiates magic.
Excellent.
Literally the entire place.
Okay.
There's a neon sign hanging out on the wall that says magical.
Yeah.
Yeah. When you came in, magic. Now you're here, magic. Magic on the left, magic to the right, magic to the front, magic to the back.
And we are stuck in the middle with you.
Basically.
Okay. Does he happen to have spellcraft as a skill, Victor?
What?
Does
Spellcraft?
he happen? Yeah.
Who? The spider?
Yeah.
Ha!
Oh yeah. You know.
Okay. Can I make a spellcraft roll to try and figure out what school of magic might be enchanting this place?
I sent you the mods.
All right. 19.
The spanking dominion.
Yeah. Check one.
I'm looking for magic school or spell type or anything specific at all, really.
You know, the other elves don't touch me like that. Right click for hot undead action.
God damn it, Joel. Okay. Abjuration enchantment school. Did you hear that?
Yeah, thinking.
Oh, sorry. Abjuration necromancy school.
Oh.
Necromancy.
Definitely necromancy.
Necrodancy?
Necrodancy.
Getting down with the dead. Says, hey, Lev, come on in.
Yeah. So Lev will oh, okay. Alright, I think I've got an inkling of what's going on then. And it's not good.
No, it's fine. Fine. It's totally good. What could go wrong?
Okay.
Does
I
this,
guess we'll check further behind the pillars.
Um,
Further beyond into this area.
all right. So is he going further up or to the side?
To the right.
To the right. To the window.
To the wall.
Wall. Go to I had a girlfriend who loved that song and did not realize the full extent of the lyrics, and I was just like, "Let me introduce you."
Darling, this is the uncensored version.
Yeah, it was kind of funny. The look on her face. Oh, so okay, so he's gonna go check out the wall. All right, cool. So he takes he takes 6 hit points damage from an electrical shock as he goes through the between the obsidian pillars.
Hate that. I think he's got like what, 9 total hit points.
Yeah.
Zap the spider. Zap the spider.
So the spider is in a cage.
So if he comes back out, he might get zapped again, hey?
That's what I'm afraid of.
No. Would I do that to you guys just for going through an area with danger written all over it? The wall to the east is it. From his point of view, it's a really weird, scary, freaky wall. He doesn't quite know how to describe it to you guys. It's like you guys are just have to see this for yourself.
Okay, Frodrick.
There's nothing. Basically, the wall itself. No, again.
I was going to say Frodrick's going to go in.
Exactly. Say again, Joel.
I said I was about to say Frodrick's just going to go in there and look for himself.
Okay. But yeah, he also sees at this point that he can get out.
Okay, then he's
What
gonna.
he's looking for right now, more than anything else, is a way
He's
out.
gonna go ahead and.
Oh, okay, all right.
He's gonna go ahead and return to Lev's pocket then. Owie.
Yeah, smoking a bit. Smoked spider.
He's gonna go to Blaz and say, I got a boo boo. I got a boo boo.
Rick, can I use my first aid kit on the spider?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Sorry, you're gonna have to crawl it off.
So Garlus is going to do Cure Light Wounds, D8 plus 4.
Cure very light wounds on an arachnid.
Yeah, Garlus did a Cure Light Wounds on the arachnid. 11 points.
That should be a cantrip for a spider.
Cure Light
The cantrip version, it just heals 1 hit point.
Oh, that's true. That's right. Yeah.
It's enough to stabilize, but
Can't we see this smoking spider coming out and like very angry?
I got a boo boo.
falling over.
Yeah, swearing at you in arachnid.
Okay.
Two-legged motherfuckers.
Did you guys want to further? Did you want to take a look inside yourself?
I'll take point.
All right. Where are you headed?
Going north.
Okay.
Lev will follow Frodrick as well with a Dispel Magic ready.
And I tell everybody, don't touch anything.
Okay. Charles?
Except the floor.
LJ expresses concern about bringing the drow in there. I don't think we should do that just yet until we've got the whole thing figured out.
Okay, but have at least one other person with LJ, just in case, like Blodgett, with a dagger, in case he summoned something or whatever.
Blodgett said he was ready to go to take care for taking care of him, so, or the priestess, so that sounds about right. And
Okay, Ben is doing some work, but how about we have Frodrick, Lev, Bash, and Garlus go and explore the area, and LJ behind to hold the cleric. Blaz, do you had one of your Dispel Magic scrolls still in? That should leave you with one, correct? Or did you use it already? Okay, cool. So you stand by with LJ with that ready, and Blodgett will be ready to deliver the killing blow. Does that sound good to everybody?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave Bob behind with LJ. That way he can communicate what I see. Like if something goes wrong, he'll chitter at you to let you guys know that we're in trouble.
Okay.
cool. All right, walking in. the area up here is,
Oh, before. Never mind.
yeah, the area up in this area is just the pillars themselves are uh, of a dark mauve and an ugly gray nature. Um, the area is lighted by a strange swirling light that comes out of the mist itself. Um,
Where's the mist, Victor?
the mist is all over this entire area. Like basically, when you're walking down, that whole area has a bunch of mist in it. You can still see through it. It's not obscuring anything, but it's there. It seems to creep into your clothes and clutch at you. Um,
Before we go any further,
Mhm.
Lev will turn to Garlos and ask if he can cast a prayer spell.
I'm God bless.
Gesundheit.
There you go.
Bless
All
might
right.
work.
Bless spell kicked out.
Don't have a prayer up.
Um, little gobs of mauve and violet seem to seep around within the mist itself, but nothing that you can make out clearly. The ceiling itself of this temple is out of visual range, 50 feet easily. Through the mist, it's just too high to see the extent of the ceiling itself. Yeah, so tell me, do you guys want to head north or do you want to get a closer look? If you got over to here, you could probably see the wall itself easily. Frederick, you're in the lead.
Yeah,
Pillars.
I've got an idea what we could do. Light a torch or a sun rod and use Mage Hand to go and send that through, basically to get a closer look without us having to get close to it.
All right, you've got both of those, or I think you do. Do you have a sun rod, Joel?
I do have I have 3 of them actually, 3 sun rods.
I thought you did. And you have Mage Hand?
I do have Mage Hand.
All right, then. So are you going to do that?
Yes.
All right. So here is your well lit. Actually, I'll use this instead. Here is your well lit torch, your sun rod.
Mm-hmm.
And we're yeah, I know.
Like the lamp, not the rat.
Okay. Move it up towards the ceiling. Make sure there's nothing waiting for us up above.
It goes up until it's out of immediate visual range. You can still see the light itself, but you can't make out the sun rod directly anymore. And it goes, you estimate about 50-ish feet, maybe more,
Mm-hmm.
before it stops.
Okay. All right. Right before I stop seeing it, right?
No, before it stops moving.
Oh, okay. Like it's hit a ceiling or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
You can't make out the ceiling itself, but you can only barely make out it's like looking at a car lamp through a fog.
Okay. Then start moving it towards the north, and I'm going to track about 20 feet behind it.
All right. Are you going to keep it up at the ceiling or are you going to bring it down?
Bring it down.
Okay.
It's about 5 feet above.
All right.
And everybody can see it, I'm guessing, because everybody's within 50 feet.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay.
So far in this area where it is now, it's all still the pillars and the mist, nothing else specific on that.
Okay. Keep going north until we see everything at the north part of the room.
Okay. about here, I think.
Okay. So let me move up and examine from 20
Yeah.
feet. Or-
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
At this point, you see there is a raised platform.
The great big 11 one.
Yes. The raised platform says it is section 11. And oh yeah, okay. Actually, you'll be able to see the mists are both less and more in this area. Kind of strange how they move.
Do they move like sentient beings or something, or?
The mist seems to get denser as you get closer to this area,
Mm-hmm.
and then less so in waves going further north.
Okay. Keep going north.
Okay, about here you can make up this entire area. So what we've got here
It's a very big cake.
is a north wall of cloudy purple stone with an amber-like inlay of a huge inverted triangle.
Hmm.
Beneath this, hanging on chains from the ceiling, is a black metal triangle and cylinder. So like right here.
So this seems to be like a primary image or symbol for the temple.
Yeah. The first tier of this area is black stone shot through with veins of violet. The second is dark gray stone. And the third is a dull black stone with whorls of bloom and lavender and splotches of red. There's a great drum of blackened skin and some chitinous material. Oh, right over here. This is a large drum.
Okay, a drum.
And then way over here is a rack from which hangs 9 silver cylinders of gleaming metal.
Wait a minute, cylinders hanging down
Yeah, like you would ring for dinner.
like a chime
Yeah,
or something. Wind
yeah,
chime.
exactly like that. Exactly like a chime.
Okay.
On the second tier in the center is a large stone block. It's dull, porous-looking, somewhat rusty black mineral of some type. On either side are large bronze braziers, which have never been cleaned. There's some kind of green corroded bronze to the point where it just looks disgustingly nauseating. And to the left and right on these sections here are 2 sets of candelabras. They're made of bronze, again, also so old that they've turned green. All of them holding fat black candles that burn with a strange, deep purple glow.
Oh, so the
And
candelabra
this
lit.
whole section right here
Yeah.
is a huge metal triangle.
Hmm. So, but you said that there's a brazier,
Brazier.
brazier, yeah.
A big metal bowl with incense burning slightly.
Oh,
These are the
the
cups on the brazier.
yeah, I was hoping you said brazier. It was a large brawling.
Afraid not. Back when I first started playing D&D, we wondered why there were all these bras in the room.
Okay, this is obviously a ceremonial area.
Yeah, Victor, can I roll a knowledge religion check to see if any kind of symbolism might be something that Lev recognizes?
Sure.
So 19.
You can tell it's an evil god of some type, but which one in particular, yeah, I don't know. Something old, something evil, something blue, something weevil. All the proper stuff for a good wedding.
Huh. What are the chances of that? An evil drow priestess and an evil temple.
It's very wild. It's a coincidence from hell. You don't even know. It's craziness.
Yeah. Sounds like for summoning something. Invoking a god or something like that. Communication.
It's a place of bad juju.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would be very careful playing with this, if at all. Let's take a look at 10 for a minute with the sun rod. It's not turned to 10. It's someplace slightly less dangerous.
All right.
That was where the damage was
But this dungeon goes to 11.
Where exactly do you want to go?
Okay, Spinal Tap. I'm not going past those rods. I'm not getting zapped like the spider. I'm just going to let the sun rod do the work and just look along that wall there. Because the spider was like, "Hey man, you gotta see this for yourself."
I mean, true. So we're okay. Never mind. The wall to the east shows a scene of various creatures crawling and then creeping up to a huge, vaguely squid-like creature, 10 hairy tentacles. In the forefront of this mass self-sacrifice are elves and men, but there are also dwarves, gnolls, orcs, trolls, goblins, etc. amongst the crowd. Those near the monster are and the bloody gobbets eaten as dainty morsels. There are 3 of these ghastly things, mottled in various shades and tints, purple and violet. Yep.
What did you say?
He said, Cthulhu.
Yeah, it sounds like Cthulhu.
Yeah.
A dark god of some kind.
This is bad.
Come on.
Like, this is just really super spectacularly bad.
You think we should go back and talk to the priestess?
Yeah, Lev has a particular question.
Yeah, let's go back and see her and bring the sun rod along with us. Just because I like it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, it's a neat trick.
Actually, the sun rod, you can light it and unlight it, can't you? Like a regular torch?
No.
Oh, you can't? Okay, all right. Well, may find another use for it. I can't remember how long they last. I'll have to look at it.
All right. So you guys are going to leave and go back to the.
Yeah, let's do that. Also, so they don't worry about us.
That's true. You don't want your fellow player characters to get worried.
Yeah.
It's okay, guys. We're here.
You know what we should do is come stumbling out with our arms outstretched like zombies.
What you don't realize is that every minute inside that room is 5 years outside that room.
Oh, no.
You guys are just skeletons.
No, we just left.
Yes.
Like, fuck that.
They never came back.
Come back. Fuck that.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode.
Da-da-da.
Dun.
Now we just need to come back from there with blood dripping from the back of our pants and crying.
All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Well, Lev has a question.
Yeah,
So-
Lev is going to go to the drow and ask why she wanted to turn us into an evil temple to some dark god with a bunch of mind flayer imagery all over the wall.
She said it makes me laugh. Nobody catches the Jessica Rabbit reference. Oh well.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
You ask her that, and she points into the. She just points into the corridor.
Which corridor?
She points back to number 9.
Number 9. Number 9.
I'll have Lev do the motion that oh, what was his name? The white dude from Pulp Fiction, when he like walks out and he's like looks back and
She points. She's currently gagged. I mean, are you going to take her gag off?
yeah, we'll go ahead and take the gag off.
Okay. She says, "You asked what all this thing was about. This whole thing was about. In there, and I can say, I will not do anything to cause you harm. Others will."
No, but I get the really distinct feeling that you're about to summon something that will.
Can't we just sacrifice her on the altar? I mean, come on.
That sounds like a bad idea.
It sounds funny.
It would be funny for a second.
I've desecrated altars before. It's kind of funny at first. Didn't also.
No, I just mean it'd be ironic, you know, and a way to take care of her. But anyway,
Okay, well,
I was going to say, I've desecrated altars before, and it's funny at first, but then later, not so much.
oh okay. I guess nobody felt like taking a crap on that dais, huh?
No.
Okay.
No lightning on my bum, thank you.
crap.
Yeah, well, that's a referral to a past game session we had where one of the players took a dump on the throne of the fire giant, and that was funny then. Here, it's not. Probably the humor's lost.
With the one that I ran, it was a goblin NPC who did that into the mouth of some idol, and he got blasted across the room.
Okay, that's funny.
Yeah, they still had to heal him because he was an NPC and they liked him. He's great for comedy relief. It's like, wait, Curly took it up the arse. Let's save him.
Okay, this reeks of a trap, but I kind of want to walk into it just to see what'll happen.
I will actually pass on that, thank you. No, this
It
is
does
entirely
have
a
some-
trap. And
does have some
no, she won't
serious
harm us.
lore
Other people will.
Yeah, so John, you said you'll pass because what now?
She won't harm us. She won't do anything to harm us, but other people will if we bring her in there. I'm pretty sure this would be like a premium stupid move.
This would be bringing like a match, lit match into a room full of dynamite. That's kind of what I'm hearing.
It's not like throwing a grenade into a room full of dynamite.
Yeah, I think that's. I think we're gonna get set up if we get taken.
Okay, so let's think about it. What could she do if we bring her in there?
Oh my God, what could she not do? It's almost more like
Yeah,
that.
very, very helpful.
Make us an ice cream sundae. That's probably not going to happen. And then Victor proves me wrong just to be a smart ass.
Well, she might do a word of recall and vanish, or she could do a command and make one of us do something that gets us all killed. There's an amazing amount of things that clerics can actually do
Yeah,
that don't directly harm you. They're very good about the rule of law.
God forbid, turn it into the Canton flea market.
Yeah.
If we gag her again, she won't be able to cast spells with a verbal component.
Unless, of course, there's a magic mouth on one of the pillars that says if a priestess enters in here that's bound and gagged, you'll say this. That sets something off.
That's true. Good point.
Magic mouth is interesting. It is fun to play with if you know the parameters, but we don't.
Victor's not that smart.
I don't know if magic mouth can be used to cast spells though.
No, but it can be used to activate something.
I'm not that smart, but I'm a great study. John's giving me some good ideas. Thanks.
I've run games for him. I know how he thinks.
I do too. Everybody go to private chat.
So what do you suggest we do then? Because I don't feel right just killing her. Because I feel like we're on the cusp of really discovering something important.
How did we ever keep her alive in the first place?
It was kind of a chance thing. She was the one who didn't die, and
These
we were
things do
pretty
have
curious.
consequences, you know. It's like we have to deal with her somewhere along the line. Down the road, we have to say, "Oh, fly and be free," and "Oh, you're going to set your minions on us later." And
No, I mean we can always kill her later.
You know, you
well, there's no real alignment change between time periods.
I can just take that burden away from you really easily. You won't even see me do it.
Yeah.
Just say the word.
But I don't think we should do it yet because we don't know what this information is. I'm being promised lore, and it's my greatest weakness.
There's
Well, let's cast identify on the ring first, and we'll talk.
On the what first?
The ring.
On the ring. All right, yeah, we may as well identify her things. Victor, Lev will go ahead and cast identify on the ring for Blodgett.
The ring is a ring of control. It seems to be the rod with tentacles on it.
Could you repeat that, Victor?
The ring is a ring of control. It seems to be attached to the rod that the priestess was carrying. The rod with tentacles on it.
Okay.
She tells you yeah, you know what? She's like real quick. Yeah, she tells you if you guys want, she'll show you how the ring works with the rods.
Okay.
But she has to show you in there.
Uh-huh.
No.
And that's where they were.
By the way, Vic, did we disarm her of any weapons?
What do you think Blodgett's got?
Okay, all right. Gotcha. I should have known. You got it covered. Okay, didn't mean to question you. Just wondering.
And Blodgett has her mace, which is of exceptional value. Oh, you did a detect magic, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did identify.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Mace is magical, as is the ring. You did an identifying on the ring. It's connected to the rod. The rod that he carried was a large, basically a large rod of six purple arms.
That's a Cthulhu sex toy.
Okay. Yeah, very doable.
But we need to.
For the moment, we really need to like regag her, so I'm going to regag her.
Okay,
Because, I really don't trust her.
Yeah.
you're right.
If walking in here with her is a bad idea, it would be an even worse idea to give her the ring of control and the weird stick with tentacles on it, and then
Yeah.
go into that room where apparently they work.
I think that would be a point at where if we all died, Victor would say, "Hey, you had all the warnings."
See how you put your characters are. Who was it who said I should referee player characters?
Oh, hell. I slipped.
Guys, is there any chance at all? I mean, she's got high magic resistance. I mean, it's unlikely.
Sorry.
The gag, something went wrong with it.
Let me double check if something succeeds in going wrong with the guy.
What's happening?
Fucking Carlos. No, I don't think they have. Okay, he doesn't. Yeah, you're gonna be able to. Yeah, she just has full resistance, not max resistance. You guys hear a gurgle when the gag goes back on, and suddenly the high priestess is bleeding from her throat.
Oops.
What did you do?
A lot. She seems to be rather dead very quickly.
Suze, or Blodgett?
Blodgett doesn't do nothing. I'm still visible right in front of you.
Yeah, Blodgett was still visible.
What happened?
I put the gag on her. She said bye.
You know, there is another person that's invisible around here.
Well, if they were invisible and they just killed her, that's an offensive action, so that person should be visible.
Unless it's not a spell.
If it was an
An
attack, it would
ability.
do it too.
Even if it's an ability?
Yeah, if it's a special ability, if it targets another creature offensively, then yeah.
Okay.
Well, I don't know. I was just standing here, minding my own business, looking at the jewels and the beautiful mace.
All right. LJ,
And you were looking at me, and I'm standing here invisible, so...
LJ goes ahead and
Yes, she didn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah. Guys, is there something we can throw in the air, dust or dirt or something like that, to make something invisible look visible, like paint, wine? I've actually got wine I could spray or something like that.
LJ goes ahead and
Your
drops her.
cloak. Throw some
Yeah.
dust out,
Yeah,
like talcum powder.
Throw out like a bunch of powder
Talcum powder, and then we also see footprints.
into the immediate area.
Okay.
Okay, and then everybody who comes through here is going to see our footprints and know we're here.
That's why LJ can also take a broom from his cloak.
All right, you throw some talcum powder on the ground. You do not see any footprints in a good 15, 20-foot area.
Did we see the dust settle on anything in midair?
No.
What the fuck? Okay, Froderick examines the wound using first aid skill and tries to just figure out what angle.
Definitely a knife wound. Definitely a dagger.
Okay. Well, I guess I took care of that problem. Froderick yells out, "Okay, show yourself." Coward.
Oh, okay. Let me just do that.
Oh, you know what?
Your spider did it?
No.
What?
I just checked. Greater invisibility is a 4th level spell. And doesn't reveal the person who's invisible, even if they attack.
But what if you throw something up in the air, basically?
Nope,
Talcum powder.
that's an attack. Well, talcum powder, I don't know, but if I throw it in the wrong direction, then no.
Did anybody feel anything go by them? Make a feel check. Grope check.
Lev's familiar will detect magic and start scanning the immediate areas to the east and south.
Good idea. Okay.
And do what?
He's going to cast detect magic, point the cone south, and then point the cone east.
All right, nothing south. And nothing east that he can see, no.
How about north? Maybe it moved back into the temple.
Yeah, the north just radiates magic completely. Like
That's true.
Everything beyond that invisibility wall radiates magic. I mean, it radiates evil magic, but it radiates magic.
I've got an idea. Froderick goes back up into 9.
Okay.
Bow knocked. And then I get like to the stairs and with the sun rod nearby, and I see if I can detect any movement in the mist.
Sure, give me a roll.
Yeah.
Spot and
Oh, that was a 20 plus 12, 32.
He was glaring at you. All right. No, you do not detect. You do not detect anything. Any movement in the midst.
Crap.
What the fuck was that?
I'm going to move further in. I'm going to take a closer look at that altar area with the sun rod and examine, look on the ground for evidence of sacrifice or something having moved through there, footprints, anything, tracks.
When you get up here, you definitely see evidence of blood. There is some blood like around the altar.
I mean, it's all going to be crusty there.
Yeah, I mean it's old blood, but you can tell for sure.
Okay.
Blood.
So, huh. Greater invisibility. Hey, Lev.
Yeah.
I don't suppose speak with dead probably wouldn't work very well in this case, would it? Because I don't think she wouldn't tell us shit, or she'd tell us something totally misleading.
They cannot lie to you, but it doesn't mean like they're going to tell you entirely what you want to know.
Well, I don't have speak with dead prepared either way, so.
Well, it's good for a while. I mean, she can be dead for weeks or 100 years, and you could still talk to her later.
100 years, Rick and Morty.
Okay.
And we can bring her with us and try and find out.
Or just leave her in her bed. I'd rather not carry around a dead female corpse.
Ding dong, the drow is dead. What do you guys want to do at this point?
I think we should move on, Lev. Not leave this area alone.
Yeah, let's leave. LJ is going to request the ring and the rod from Blodgett to put it in the bag of holding. Keep it secret, keep it safe.
And 12, what about inventory of that area?
That was what I listed off before. We have 2 silver coffers and 2 locked chests that we haven't examined, but there were kind of more pressing matters at hand.
Okay, all right. So put those in the bag of holding and we'll check them later, kind of thing?
Pretty much.
Well, there were pressing matters at hand. You can check them now if you want.
I suppose so. Now's as good a time as any.
All right,
But
well.
we're going to need Blodgett to unlock them.
Blodgett will oblige.
And traps.
What?
Will oblige.
She will oblige. She's happy to help.
Blodgett said, I don't know the right words. I got a 22 for traps.
Oh, you're detecting traps first. All right, I see how you are.
Oh.
Oh,
And I got a 19 for the opening.
You should probably hear the verdict on the trap first.
okay, the first coffer holds a single scroll and 3 bars of black metal that seem very light.
Ooh, cool.
3 bars of
Scroll might be useful.
black metal.
You want to give me your rolls for the second coffer, please, Blodgett?
Blodgett got a 19 for traps. And a 19 for opening.
Okay, no traps. No traps were found on either one so far. And this one contains 100 gold pieces, 100 platinum pieces, and 100 electrum pieces, and a pouch of 150 gold piece gem.
At last, we can retire from this life of crime.
Oh, Blodgett opened the chests. That's right. Blodgett, give me a your rolls. You would know this. No, you might not actually. Does Blodgett, do you have a use magic?
Do I use magic? Yes.
You have the use magic ability.
Yes.
Okay. Give me a check on that, please.
I'm looking for.
I can't remember what the exact skill you would need is, and I don't feel like looking it up today.
You got plus 20.
You know what? It is not on my skill list. I have a praise blasphemy.
I know
Oh,
that
I got it.
rogues.
Device. No, that's disable.
Yeah,
I know that rogues should have use magic device as the skill.
well, does anyone else want to check out the scroll on the bar?
Yeah,
I should have it as a skill, but it's not on my list.
I'll go ahead and Lev will go ahead and check out the scroll.
Okay.
Both Oz and Love are fumbling over the scroll. It appears to be a clerical spell.
Okay. Since Blaz
But
is
it's
so
just
Find me
one
something
word.
you can do. Hey,
But closet is just one word.
don't clerics use maces, Blas? Don't you want a mace?
I want the mace too.
don't equip the mace.
It is just one word, and that word is recall.
Oh, word of recall.
Oh,
Yeah.
spell recall?
Yeah, that allows you to go to a safe place.
Like a teleport?
It's basically a teleport with no error. Any place, or recall something from a place, or recall you to a place. So you can recall something from another place to you. It's a pretty intense spell.
Yeah.
And the three bars of black metal are adamantium.
Ooh.
They're worth 3,500 gold pieces apiece.
Okay, make a shield for Captain America. Oh wait, that's vibranium, but
Yeah. Weapons grade adamantium.
We need to find somebody who forged something.
Yeah, even the smiths back home might not. Well, they might have some new smiths in town. You don't know. So, Blodgett, you have 2 chests to go after.
Check for traps.
Okay.
First one was a 16.
You're pretty good. You're pretty sure it's safe.
The 17. I mean, the second one was 17 plus whatever.
Okay.
There it
And
is.
to open the first trap? Or chest, sorry, to open the first chest.
I only got a 14.
Well, 14 is good enough to set off the trap.
Nice.
The one you failed on is the one that had a
find the
trap.
trap, then a trap.
All of the others were fine, but the one that you missed a roll on.
Touche.
That's pretty beautiful right there, actually.
You've just been wanting to kill me for sessions.
I mean, you know. All right. This one is poison gas.
Okay. Frodrick says, run. Run out of the area. Clear. Back out.
Be a fortitude save, please.
I got
20.
Oh, 20.
A 20. Can't move. Feet stuck to floor.
The best.
Carlos raised his neutralized poison spell.
Neutralize poison. Yeah.
Looks like we lost Garlos.
Wait, Garros?
John.
What happened to John?
He's here. He's just on mute. Say again.
Oh, okay.
Or he
Okay.
disappeared off our screen.
Okay.
Wow.
spell.
Okay.
All right. Blodgett. Oh no, actually, you're not the one in trouble. Actually, it is a large cloud of poison gas. The save is not that high, but the area is very large. So I'm going to need a saving throw from the people most likely to be in the room, which would be Lev and Garlos. Yeah.
Sorry.
Always got to pick on Lev.
Well, he's the one that's doing identify.
Using my worst oh my god, and I rolled like shit. Alright, Victor. 6.
Thank you, Lev. I really appreciate me being able to do something to someone every once in a while. And you oblige me so willingly. It's just very kind of you. I just want you to know that your sacrifice is appreciated.
Don't worry, Lev. Don't worry. I will.
This is going to jail.
Nah, it'll be fine.
If I die, just.
All right, Lev loses 4 points of strength. And Garlos, if you want to do a neutralized poison, that will stop any further damage from occurring.
Totally neutralizing poison. And that was set up for City.
All right, so Garlos does a neutralized poison on you, Lev. The effects will wear off in
3, 2, 1. No.
Yeah, the effects will wear off in 30 minutes, but you do not have to worry about a secondary saving throw for more damage.
Awesome. Because that was half my strength. So let me crack open the player's handbook and see what the modifier is for 4 strength.
Yeah, that's not that good.
All right, he's a man's wizard.
Don't mess with a 5-year-old.
No, you cannot actually.
Almost neutered you.
All right, so this one has another scroll of 3 spells. Oh God. I need to make sure you guys can get these.
Yeah, the first one is dancing chicken. What's that all about? That is cure STDs.
Yeah, it could be a pit at Scarborough Fair.
Very much unnecessary spell there.
Yeah, there's an epicenter for a pandemic if I ever saw one.
That's like Jersey Shore. They said it was a birdie's nest.
Yeah.
And the spells be.
I like to make sure I'm not going to break anything. I give you guys stuff. The scroll is a scroll of gate, unholy word, and restoration. Yes, I said gate.
Whoa. What does restoration do? That sounds pretty cool.
Restores level and ability drains.
Hey, would that work on Brandon's character from the Flawed Ion Stone?
No.
Okay.
Because it's an ongoing thing.
Okay.
Victor, would it work on Lev from the level drain I experienced from the Raised Dead spell all that time ago?
I don't believe so.
It'd be nice if Lev had more hit points.
Well, I'll double check.
Yeah.
I wouldn't bet on the whole hit points deal, but it'd be nice to be level 12.
Yeah, agreed.
Do you know how much cool stuff I can do at
No,
level
it
12?
specifically does not restore levels or constitution points lost due to death.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Alright, Victor, hear me out. I didn't lose that spell. I didn't lose that level because I died. I lost the level because I was resurrected.
Right. Okay. And inside the third inside the second chest is a large pair of it's not large. It's just a regular sized pair of greaves with two faces on them, one smiling and one frowning.
Comedy and tragedy. Shakespeare's Greaves.
They're greaves, so they're not boots. You put them on the front of your legs.
I thought they were on your shins, or is it your forearms?
Maybe just to get somatic.
Shins, basically.
Shins, okay. In case somebody kicks you in the shins. Excellent.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, very good.
All right, my familiar is gonna detect magic on that thing in lieu of me not having an identify spell ready.
The greaves are definitely magical.
Awesome. I'm gonna keep tabs on those.
Yeah.
All right. None of the other items in the room were magical. The ebony screen, the dressing gown stuff,
Ooh.
and
Frederick wants to wear the dressing gown.
The other rods, each of the other cleric that you killed, and beside her, also had a rod and a similar looking ring.
Okay, so that would be two unidentified rings.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Okay, and what was the other thing they had?
The rods with tentacles. Each of the other clerics had a rod with 3 tentacles. She had a rod with 6 tentacles.
Let's see. I wonder if we can pick up. So can we pick up the rods without harm to ourselves?
For the shot?
I think it's a bag.
I'm going to ask Bob to pick it up.
Your badger is able to grab the rod in his mouth and pull it without dying horribly.
Okay, then I pick it up. I take a lot of hits for him. You know, I don't ask him much, but I got to use him some. Let me pick up the one with the six heads and stow it if it will be stowed.
I've already got
I think
that in my
Lev
bag of holding.
already put that in the bag of holding.
Oh, okay. Well, Lev, take it out of the bag of holding. Give it to me. I might could use that.
LJ is the one who has it, and I've got it in a bag of holding right now for the reason that we have a pickpocket about. So I would prefer not to take it out of the bag of holding and lose it.
Oh, until we're out of pickpocket zone. Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
If it's all the same, I'd actually prefer to have the other 2 rods and rings in the bag as well.
All right.
Yeah, you guys are.
I can't disagree with that.
What do you mean? You can't disagree with that?
Who's holding on to this bag of holding?
LJ.
What if the bag of holding gets pickpocketed?
Well, that kind of will suck, I guess, but...
Then we'll kick the bag of holding around and ridicule it.
Let's start curling with it.
Sorry ass magic item from the D&D manual.
LJ will take a he'll take like a cord out from the cloak, tie it around the bag, around the little straps, tie it around his neck. He's got a necklace of holding now. And then he's gonna take it into his top. This thing is not being stolen.
For him,
Put it down your pants or something like that. You know.
I am a
for the
horseman.
horse, it's now a feed pouch of holding.
Okay.
Awesome.
Oh,
Oh, it's a saddlebag of holding.
saddlebag. Okay.
I love it.
All right, Silver. You want to go talk to how about we go talk to the gnolls in the north and see if we can't recruit them?
Yeah, I suppose so.
Or kill them for points.
First, let's
either one.
check these other 2 cells to the north here. What do you think about that?
That's a good idea.
Okay.
Logic? You wanna take a chance at a distance? We're letting you check traps while we stand 20 or 30 feet back now. Sorry.
Yeah, we'll cheer you on from a distance.
I'll hold the sun rod over you for better lighting. How about that?
From
With
a
mage
distance.
hand.
Mess up one time.
I know, right? It's a tough room. It's a tough room, Logic.
It was for
I got
Frederick
an
to shoot
18
one
to check
person in
the
the
traps on the
ass.
first door.
Just get down the hallway.
And I got a 28 on the second one to check for traps. So both those doors, if they have traps, I found them.
All right, neither one has any traps.
Froderick stands by with bow in front, as usual.
First door, unlock it. Is it locked?
They're both locked from the outside.
26 on the first one
Easily opens.
and 19 on the other.
Both are open.
What do we see?
Let's go from the
Who's,
left.
who's opening them?
Behind
Uh,
door.
Opening
LJ
them, but I'm putting my back like I normally do. I don't get in front of the door.
Yeah, and LJ is in front of the door with Froderick.
Another beer.
Moving on up.
It's a party here. All right, does that look about right for the rooms?
Yeah.
Definitely let me know if I put you in the wrong place. LJ, when Blodgett opens the first door to 1C, you see an elven female. She is,
Oh no, not another one.
afraid so. This one is, looks to be of, and actually you would know this, although you don't look like you know it. Looks to be of high birth. She's sitting composed on the small wooden cot. She's dressed in very, very old, tattered garments that used to look good. It looks like they used to be of fine quality many years ago.
LJ will greet her cordially with respect due to one of high birth.
She says thank you and asks you in Elven what of the
Wicked Witch of the West, she's dead.
no, she asks you what of the knoll to your side.
Froderick greets her cordially with 4 arrows through her. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, come on.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
LJ will respond in Elven. He was not always a gnoll, and I'll briefly explain that he was the subject of a reincarnation spell, and he can be trusted. Formerly a dwarf, as I was formerly an elf.
Froderick bows to her as LJ is explaining, just to kind of reinforce my friendliness, that I'm not going to eat her like a big bad wolf.
But what eyes you have?
Hey, little red riding hood.
Oh, Frederick, what eyes you have?
Froderick, how many arrows you have flying at me?
She stands up and nods. She says, "I am Elysia of the Western Realms, captured some time ago. Have you seen my fellows?
Your fellows?
My fellows, my men at arms.
Let's check the 2C and see if they're there."
Yeah, LJ will say we have not seen any other elves in this place, though there is the one cell to your side that we have yet to search, as well as the rest of the dungeon, which we do not know.
So our
yet.
guess is they're there.
Your guess is correct. You open up the next cell, and there are. I'm not going to bother moving everybody. There are 8 male elves. In yeah, they're basically of the tired and bedraggled persuasion. They're very glad to see a centaur, and incredibly glad to see the elven princess alive.
The elven paladin casts detect magic on them.
Okay. None of them are magic. The paladin casts detect magic on them. We're showing magic.
They detect illusions.
At this point, understood. Alyssa says, if you will, if you release me and my men, and we can leave, we will. There will be a handsome reward to you, Sir Froderick and Sir LJ.
Tell us where we may find you, and we will direct you out.
I lean forward and flip her a card of the inn/sanctuary/roadhouse. Combined hat.
You just keep up comps everywhere you can.
You can find us at the enchanted Chuck E. Cheese at the edge of elfdom.
Here are some coins for the games.
All right, but yeah, LJ asks where they might find them.
Home Depot in the appliances section.
Joel.
Honestly, I would suggest we escort them back to a safe place.
So there are elven enclaves to the west, and basically to relax in a different direction. There are elven enclaves, styles, not fully, I guess basically across the straits from Quebec Pool.
Okay.
And that is where they hail from.
Funny if they said, we're from Tennessee. We're Appalachian elves.
The headboard says, yeah, and now that she has your digits, she will,
In that case, LJ will volunteer to walk them to the stairs up and ask her name on the way.
Carlos will assist and get them to the wagon door. They can get some clothes and equipment.
Yeah, Froderick will go too as escort. To escort Galadriel out of the dungeon. I'm sorry for that smart ass.
Did we bring the wagon?
Oh, you did.
Yeah, you did.
I always bring the wagon. That's why I punish people for torching it.
Okay.
It'd be better if we found about the ballista trap. Oh wait, we cut the tripwire. Oh well.
We're eating that ballista, by the way.
Yeah, we'd have an elf shish kebab.
Also true. All right, so you guys walk her out of the dungeon. Her and her men. The merchant basically says, like, I'm totally good with going with them if they're heading out of here.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Otherwise, we'll sacrifice you.
He has one of those moments where he realizes, like, that you guys are not the safest people to hang out with.
Oh, but he doesn't have anything. We need to give him at least a couple of pieces of some of that gold we found. I didn't say he was going to make it out of here with it.
Also true.
I just said we should give it to him. Doesn't mean,
No, I read Ben's quote. Bash says, "I want to go take me."
Now, what do you say, Vic?
Bash says, I want to go shoot.
Ben typed in. Ben's like, I want to go too. Take me, take me.
That's
No.
pretty good.
All right. All right. So
Wait a minute. Dan, I thought you were holding your action.
the elf and her retinue and the merchant head out.
I think I'm also going to provide them with 100 gold each.
Oh, well, thank you very much, sir. And especially thank you for the supplies. They're well in your debt. Sir Garlos.
Yeah.
And where do you hail from, Sir Garlos?
Pharmacy.
Okay. We'll go with Cavapole, basically. You relocated there. All right. Yeah, she and her kindred are extremely grateful. And I do not have a thing. So.
You know, at this rate, we ought to just write a fucking sign, you know, like a couple of arrows like that say exit, you know, for all the people we're rescuing in this dungeon.
Yeah, seriously. I've got a list of people to visit. At this
Right.
point.
We actually need to set up a proper underground railway.
We need to set up a proper underground what?
Underground railway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Underground Railroad out of the dungeon.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Victor, do railroad spikes count as common items?
Fuck you. And no.
You can only find them in dwarven dungeons. You know, like where they have, you know, the trolley cars.
Do big bars of iron count as common items, Victor?
Iron pythons do for climbing up a mountainside, but not railroad spikes.
Have a lot of those if you need any.
This is just a railroad for foot traffic. They'll do.
All right, you cretins. What are you guys going to do at this point?
Yeah.
It looks like there might be more cells to the south there.
That is correct. You've seen like all of these doors are barred and locked.
Okay, so do y'all want to go north and see what trouble we can cause with the gnolls, or do you want to go freeing more prisoners?
I think we should free more prisoners just so that, in case we don't come back this way, you never know.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, in case we die. Mm-hmm.
All right, Vic, same formation. Let's take the bottom three first, and then we'll go with the top two.
Okay.
Alyssa Corinthia? Jesus Christ. Corathia? Just don't do IT support for Vic.
Seriously.
Going by your old rule.
I mean, it's a good rule, dude.
What's the old rule?
Victor and I, when we worked together in IT, he remarked that if somebody had a hard to pronounce or spell name, they were always a pain in the ass to do IT work for.
It's weirdly true and it tracks and it's disturbingly real.
Yeah, and he's not kidding. Not kidding.
It's one of those things where you're like, how is this actually a thing? And it's always a thing.
I think it's because people are used to others getting their names wrong and stuff. And they get irritated, and I think they just naturally drives a wedge between them and humanity. Just a thought.
Okay.
I mean, I've got a hard to pronounce last name myself, and I think it's kind of funny. I think my best messed up name pronunciation was Parmesan.
Pretty good.
And that actually became my nickname through high school when one of my teachers messed it up.
Yeah.
I'm correcting my teachers in the second grade about what my name was, how my name was pronounced, and my friends started telling them how it was pronounced, and I just go, I don't care, call me whatever.
That's the kicker. So if someone's like, just call me whatever, I'm good, then it's usually not a problem. But it's the ones who get very, very put out that is always kind of frightening.
It's not
Sorry,
Caroline. It's Caroline, Brian.
10C, 7 gnolls. So you open this one up, and there are 7 gnolls inside. They look frightened and then happy, and then worried, and then frightened, and then happy, and then worried. They go through a range of emotions, seeing a centaur, a gnoll, a human, a centaur. Wait, what is...
Frederick just says, stop with the drama shit, okay? Okay, just relax, guys. What are you in here for?
Sacrifice.
Larceny.
Tired of this fucking reaction to me all the time. Anyway, racist motherfuckers.
You could have been a centaur.
We got caught stealing. Been caught stealing. Once.
LJ will say, okay,
Did you drop it like you stole it?
we're gonna set you free soon, but we have something for you. We have something for you to do. But we need you to stay in here for just a moment until we're done with the rest of these cells. So we're gonna open these cells. We'll be right back.
Do y'all need any refreshment? You need to make sure they got food and water, otherwise they're not going to help us.
Right?
Idea.
Their ears perk up when you say refreshment.
How about some Scooby snacks?
LJ sighs and produces a bushel of bananas from his.
It's not a
They
fucking
need
common
wine or water or something.
Bananas are not a common item.
Victor, they're vegetarians. No, they are.
Bananas is not a common item. Sorry, Blodgett, you were saying?
They need wine or water or something to wash that down with. But I have bread and cheese. They'll be fine with that.
You know, you could feed that drow priestess to them.
That's funny.
Could, but that might give them indigestion, and we still want them to work for us.
Yeah,
we still want to be able to speak with Ted on this one.
Yeah, I know. I'm just kidding.
It was a good thought, though.
How you like profanity then?
LJ will produce are water skins common items, Victor?
Yes, water skins are common items.
All right, he'll
We
produce
lost Ben.
some
There he is.
water skins, and he'll use his create water cantrip to fill them. And here you go. We'll be right back.
All right, they are extremely happy. They're pretty cool. They're down with this. They're in a good mood.
He'll shut the door for now.
And they will not at all run out on us when there's a fight. Yeah. You know how they are.
I mean,
That's why I'm saying stay in the cell. We'll be right back.
All right.
Damn Knowlers. Probably an ethnic slur for Knowles. Jackal-heads.
All right, the next cell is 2 human skeletons.
Cool.
Yeah.
Skeletons? We have come to rescue
Do not
you.
immediately move when you talk to them.
We're here to rescue you. Louder.
You know, she was a necromancer, right?
Speak loud
Oh,
on Johnny
The
Quest.
bad guy.
Frederick hangs his head and says, I think we're a little too late without making a first aid check. These are injuries inconsistent with life.
Yeah, they were probably waiting for her to animate them.
Hey, that's a good idea. Yeah.
Carlos checks for pulse.
When nobody's looking, Lev slips it into the bag of holding. Start building your skeleton army.
LJ will cast Cure Minor Wounds to heal 1 hit point.
I'm gonna pour
One of the
water on
skeletons'
one.
hands
Just
falls off.
I'm gonna practice cleric turning.
One of the skeletons does what now?
His hand falls off.
Yeah, it worked. I can kind of turn the undead, especially when they're dead.
In that case, Victor, LJ casts Mending to see if he can put the skeleton back together.
It's a touch spell, so he's going to go in and try to mend the skeleton.
Yeah.
All right.
This could be fun.
What's his AC?
You're kidding me.
Yeah.
29.
I am actually kidding you. He's not
Oh,
attacked.
darn it.
It's like Victor.
What happened?
I was kidding. He's not attacked.
fast
They're
one.
just regular skeletons. They appear to have died some indeterminate number of months ago. Little tiny bits of flesh still cling to them, but they are both just dead humans.
That'd be funny if Brandon found a shortcut to necromancy through a common cantrip, you know.
But does the mending spell reattach the hand to the skeleton?
A mending spell would attach.
Hey,
No, because there's nothing to mend. No.
leave the fucking skeleton alone.
Oh, Dad's here. Damn it.
Yeah, I'm in the middle of a meeting. What's up?
Y'all are no fun.
Yeah.
All right.
What about
next
the
one.
kittens?
Guys, hold on a sec. I'll be just a minute.
All right.
Let me mute.
All right. Next one.
A mind flare comes out.
Don't give him no ideas.
I put him in the bag of holding.
That wasn't a mind flare, it was a mime flare.
Oh, mine.
The one that they fought was a kind flare. Seriously, that was the best monster ever. Okay. The next cell is a human female chained to the wall. She still dressed in regular clothes. Doesn't appear to have any weapons at first glance. Modestly decent charisma. She says, "Oh, you don't seem to be the giant fodder. Adventurers, huh?
Indeed. And yourself?
Well, I'm an adventurer too. I was just in the process of, checking out the king's treasure room. And got caught. I got caught.
LJ is actually, I'm gonna have Lev do a sense motive check to try and determine how truthful she's being.
Give me your check. Give me your roll, please.
I trust nothing, Victor. 23.
Did he just say he didn't trust me?
Just trust me, I tried.
You really?
I trust nothing.
That was your fucking head. All right. Your sense motive. She does not appear to be lying. When Bash blurts out that she doesn't trust her, she says, "Hey, I'm not saying that I would trust me either, but I'm a pretty good pickpocket." She says, "No, I'm a pretty good lock opener."
Well, we already have a pretty good lock opener,
Okay.
which is how we got in here. But
So what was found? I'm sorry, guys.
a human female chained to the wall.
She says her name is Bonnie. She says, I'll help you, if there's stuff that you need opened, I'll help you open it.
Did somebody say they need a crowbar? Did you all say you need a crowbar?
No,
we
she
don't
says
need
she's a
crowbars.
locksmith.
Oh, she's a locksmith.
Thief. It's a
LJ.
human thief chained to the wall.
And they started telling her about my business, and I told them to shh.
No, we didn't mention you. We said we already have one.
Actually, we could use somebody who can check for traps. Just a thought.
That's pretty hard. So you can be a
Teamed up.
Oh, he made Blodgett cry.
Blodgett said, I only messed up once on you guys. Usually it's me.
Well, look, with Frodrick, all it took was one time to shoot somebody in the ass, and we're never going to let him live it down. So you're just getting equal treatment.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
The reason she tells Bash the reason that I'm still locked up is because they took my tools. And I've only been here a couple of weeks, so chill.
One time my ass. Okay.
Well, LJ will address her and say, well, we don't really
Literally.
need another person who can pick locks, and we've already had some kind of incident where there appears to be a pickpocket on the loose. So how about I'll escort you to the exit, and we'll part ways. You can cut your losses and go home.
Fuck you with flowers. I like it.
She tells Bash she is really okay with joining his religion.
Yay!
Yeah, because she's from the band REM, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Also, well, Bash has a high charisma, so.
Oh, okay.
All right. If you're interested in joining the religion, you may stick around with us.
She's a rogue for the church.
But Zag and Bash, it will be your job to keep track of her.
Oh, like you did the evil dwarf prince?
That I had no say in letting into the party? Yeah. Yeah, let's make that my fault.
Everybody's ripping into each other. No, you suck. No, you suck. You shot me in the ass. Well, you released poison gas. You can't keep track of an evil dwarf. What the fuck is with you?
Oh my god.
Start attacking each other.
Level,
Alice
I thought
promises
maybe
her a
it's
bit of
better for your
equipment,
own
some
sanity
rations,
that
and
we leave here.
some gold if she'll actually not screw up.
She agrees to not screw up.
And also, there's more if later if she really doesn't screw up. How about that? That's like an incentive to like all
There's
this.
that, and screw up is bad. Carlos looks at a dagger that he has to clean really badly now.
Oh, that was you.
Oh, the poison gas was from Garrulus?
No, he killed the drow lady. Didn't you? Go ahead, fess up.
Who, me? I just kill monsters when they're especially threatening us. I'm a paladin, you know.
Oh my god.
John. Well, good. Well, next time, save me from having to go into the temple and check for shit or whatever. Just fess up. It's okay.
Well, checking for stuff is okay. It's just like, why was she still breathing?
Okay. All right. I'm not questioning your decision. I'm just saying, just tell us you did it. We should have seen you do it. I mean,
Didn't
really.
have any problems. I just did a 0-level spell of prestidigitation to hide the dagger.
Oh, okay.
Creative.
Nice.
Blodgett said, I saw him do it, but you guys were too busy yelling at me, so.
We weren't yelling at you. We were just asking what the hell happened.
I'm a
We're
little
yelling at
person.
you.
You sound really loud, so you're yelling.
There was a debate. I resolved it.
Oh, good job, John. I'm glad you did.
I guess that's one way to do it.
I got no complaints against either of you right now. Yet. Yeah,
All
whatever.
right. Well,
Okay. Next cell.
LJ. Well, we haven't unchained her yet, so we need to do that. Blodgett, would you do the honors?
Pick her for traps.
I'm going to check her for a lot of things.
Full of poison gas or flatulence or something. Knowing our luck, she will be.
How much red meat have you been eating?
Poison gas is a definite problem here. You don't know what they've been feeding her.
I'm going to search her first.
Yeah. Do it.
And
Do
then
it. Do
check
it.
for traps.
Do it slowly.
Not really. No.
Oh, okay.
It's not my type.
Oh man.
21 to check her out. Did I find anything good, or did I find traps? Nothing. I got an 18 to unlock her. And I just give her the evil eye.
Blodgett, one of these days, you're going to get the idea. You're going to find a trap and then just text Victor secretly that you found and say, okay, guys, go ahead and open. It's unlocked. Just to teach us a lesson.
Get out of my head.
Don't piss her off.
We're putting a lot of faith in this rogue.
I'm just saying, I'm just acknowledging the fact you could get us back, you know, for teasing you. And I know it.
I had an invisible ring for a long time before I even told anybody. So I can do my own.
I just see a blank screen where Blodgett is, and there's nobody there. Where'd she go? Shit.
Okay, I did both of them.
Yay!
Where's the other guy first? Wait a minute. Got a 14 if I found anything on him.
Man, look at that body count on the left side. Shit. And the right. A few of them.
Okay, that's weird. Can you guys hear me now?
I can hear
I can
you.
hear you.
Okay,
Yeah, you're
that
good.
headset wasn't my microphone on that headset was. All right. So, all right. So the elf is, or sorry, is chained, and they'll be just H right now. You've got one more door here, door right there, and a door right there. Yeah, these two doors, this one and this one, look a little larger.
Acknowledge again.
How's your shift been, Ben?
He looks tired.
He does. Good spirits, though.
Are you giving shots? No.
He's
All
getting
right.
paid.
He's not getting. I know that game. Getting paid. All right, so these two doors, this one and this one, seem larger. I mean, physically larger than the rest.
I checked both of them for traps and got a 29 on both of them.
Let's listen
And
at
traps
these
on those
doors
ones.
before we enter them. Because if there's something big in here, well,
Check
I'd
for
like to know
traps.
if it's a troll.
You're gonna do what again, Brandon?
Suggest that we listen at the doors, maybe knock on them before we open the large doors, because I don't want to open the door and be surprised by a troll.
Okay, I see how you are. All right. Well, you're right across the street from this door, so you guys can open up this door here, or you knock on this door here, and at that door, you do not hear anything in response. Yeah, no, you don't hear anything at all.
Okay. Let's go ahead and open it, I guess.
Give Froderick a clear line of shot.
Yeah.
You open the door and you see a sight that few humans have beheld.
Agreed, Ben.
Honest politician.
Next best thing. A beautiful man of enormous size. Easily 25 feet tall.
Okay, that's what you meant by size. All right, cool. Good to know. I just don't want to open the door up to a big erection.
It is. He appears very placid.
He appears what?
Placid. And yes, a birthday cake for you for this instance is a common item.
Okay.
If you he's chained with several heavy chains, and when you open the door, he doesn't move for a moment, and then looks up at you with bleary eyes, bloodshot, his face haggard.
Yeah, LJ will greet him and ask, well, what manner of man are you?
He looks at you with a haze, looks through you, and says, "Mad." And looks.
Never
Mad Max.
man so big. Wait, did he say M-A-N or M-A-D?
M-A-N, man.
And why were you in prison?
He looks up as if suddenly hearing you, looks to the left and right, and says, "Prison," and looks back down again.
All right.
Sense motive.
Bash will have whatever he's having.
I did a sense motive 23.
All right. He does not appear to be faking whatever state he is in.
LJ will cast detect poison on him.
LJ detects poison on him.
He's poisoned. He'll motion to Garlus and ask if he has another cure poison ready.
He does not.
Okay.
I haven't neutralized poison.
Okay, that's just what we need.
Well, what's it for?
This 25-foot tall man chained to the wall.
25 feet?
Yeah, he's 25 feet tall and is poisoned. I asked him.
Garlos says it's a Titan.
Oh.
Oh.
Titans are forces of good.
Well, and I will cast a neutralized poison and hopefully cure this doobie of his whatever ails him.
Let's try and get him free.
Huh?
You neutralize poison on him. He shakes his head, tries to stand up, is not entirely able to within the confines of the cell because the cell's only, well, just barely, I guess. The cell's about 30 feet tall. So he's able to stand up here. He looks around him, looks down upon you and says, "I've been in a nightmare. Who are you mortals?"
LJ will take a brief moment to introduce the group and explain that he appears to have been captured by our foes, the fire giants, or perhaps the drow that we have already killed.
He nods.
Like you killed her? Now you will die!
He says, wait, what did you say?
Zag was playing the part of the Titan.
The Titan says, "What? You killed the drow? Now you'll die!"
I liked her. That was my girlfriend.
She gave me good weed.
That's why she had that horrible look on her face all the time. She was looking at you with happiness. Please kill me now.
Yeah, I'm no longer stoned.
Yeah, he looks at the chains that are holding him, looks upon you for a moment, shakes his head and turns very fuzzy for a moment, and then suddenly reappears completely solid out of the chains.
Whoa.
So when he phase out of the chains?
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah,
He,
yeah, he's a Titan.
shakes his head. Suddenly his hair is perfect again. And says,
Neat trick.
"What is your purpose here, mortals?"
We are here to exterminate the giants and discover the nature of an unusually organized giant threat to the town of Cabotpool.
The giants! He steps forward and rips the door of his cell off as he steps out of it. Double check. Yeah, he does.
Oh,
Froderick says, so you've met them.
I'd actually like LJ to immediately roll a diplomacy roll to try and calm him down. He'll put his hands up and say, all right, we share a foe. Remain calm and we can discuss it.
Go for it.
I got a natural 19, so that's going to be a 29.
He's not raging. So yeah. Okay.
Is a large joint a common item?
Yeah, Victor, I can get the stuff in my neighborhood. I personally, I'd call it common.
He looks down at you and
It's mighty joint.
he looks down at you and says, I have no quarrel with you. I am greatly wroth with the giants. They deserve absolute death.
Absolutely.
The,
He looks off a moment into the west, and then notices you again.
I couldn't agree more. So, now that you're free, I have 2 questions. We have introduced ourselves. So what is your name, and what will you do now that you're free?
my name is Maurice. I'm a lumberjack.
Are you
He
okay?
He says, I am Melos, son of Eros.
Melos, son of who?
Eros.
Eros, God, the god of love.
The Arrows? Probably. He's a Titan.
Whoa.
And Titan Man.
Roger's just looking up at him like, whoa.
He is hot.
Yeah. Climb up his leg.
He says, you ask what I will do now that I am free of these chains?
Indeed.
Kill the giants.
Hulk smash.
That is what I shall do. I will kill the giants. You are here fighting them. What will you do, human?
First, we will continue to free the prisoners here, and then we will do
And we
the
will
same.
kill giants.
Kill the
Ha,
giants.
ha, ha,
I was going to play bingo.
ha. Bingo.
I was hoping for a cup of tea along the way.
And then there's this little shawarma joint down the way you want to try out. You ever tried shawarma? I haven't tried shawarma.
You should join us. We can get hookah.
Shawarma went to the Greek wedding.
Usually it does, actually.
Well, LJ will offer him a place amongst the party. Although if he would refuse, he'll ask that he at least be careful because he would hate to find such a magnificent being back in chains again.
He says the trickery of the giants will be remembered till the end of time.
Say, folks, fellow adventurers, isn't there the a giant mace that was the smith that belonged to the fire giant smith? A weapon that would suit this titan?
I believe so, but I don't know if we took it. Did we take that?
Well, then we just go back to the lava place and just go find him a weapon.
Yeah, go over there and get it.
Let us arm you, Titan. Well, yeah, just follow me because it's probably too heavy for me to. Well, I could lift it, but it'd be easier for me.
It'd be a bit to carry all the way over.
Graciously, he nods, looks at you quizzically, graciously accepts the mace.
Excellent. Okay. All right. Let's keep. Well,
He
in
looks
the
at
meantime,
you. He looks at Frederick and says, "I have detected you as not evil, but I do not understand your present existence. Tell me, what happened?"
This again.
I am Frederick, twice dead Shadowwood. I was born a dwarf and still a dwarf at heart, but after my second death, I was reincarnated into this form. It is puzzling to me as well, but at least as a ranger who has known something of the ways of druidry, it's helped me understand the ways of animals better.
He nods and agrees. The power of druidry is never to be never to be underestimated. Were I to have had a druid with me, I would never be in such a place as I am.
Indeed. Well, mayhap.
Giant, let us fight. Let us destroy.
Okay. Let us finish the rest of the cells, and we shall go sally forth and shed more giant blood together.
He nods. All right, what do you guys want to do next?
Let's check the other two cells real quick, and let's do
This
something with
has
the
already been checked for traps, but I don't think you unlocked it, but it's definitely been checked.
Okay.
Well, it seems as good a time as any for our new human recruit to strut her stuff. See
Yeah,
just
how
how
about-
good she is.
Hey, take point, but Frodrick will stay with his bow ready.
Thank you.
Is-
She looks very apprehensively at the being put on the spot, but she's okay with it. She seems up for the task overall.
Well, just sits here with this dagger pouncing on his
yeah.
She very hurriedly gets to unlocking the door.
Poke.
Oh my god, she rolled a 2.
Oh no.
You are not a very
I know
good
what her
thief,
bonus
are
is.
you?
She makes it just barely. She
I'm reporting you
definitely-
both to the Thieves Guild. Jesus Christ.
She
God.
definitely has some problems with the door, but she gets it open. I mean, any problems appear to be because 8 people are glaring at her during the
Of all different species.
it's like,
It's like all the realms are looking at you.
yeah.
Hello?
We're waiting.
Hello?
And Blige is holding a dagger like this.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Did that
She's
not
like,
happen to
I
everybody
got
else?
it. She opens the door. She unlocks it. She's like, well, open it too? Or like, what are we doing?
Yeah,
All right.
we're walking.
Same positions. Open the knock on the door. This is one
Move
of the big ones.
Frederick up a little bit. A little closer.
Is this one of the
Roger.
big ones, Victor?
Thank you. Yeah. Ready.
He kneels down behind LJ, looking
Maybe
over
it's a
the centaur's
giant.
shoulder. All right. In this one, you see a very sizable fire giant hanging
Oh
on.
my! What bad luck! Frodrick turns back to look. Oh, is the fire giant free or locked up?
He's hanging on chains.
Okay, Frodrick looks back at the Titan with a quizzical look of, all right, what are you going to do now?
LJ, give me a dex roll, please.
Oh shit. I don't like that.
I think I know what's going to happen. I think somebody's going to get their ass beat. Pulp Fiction moment.
17.
I mean, you make it out in time.
Out of the way. Yeah. Frodrick just puts himself against the wall.
I mean, good call that.
I'm not getting between a Titan and a fire giant. Fuck that.
Yeah, he saw the fire giant like out of the door was opening. He saw fire giant. He was like, "Oh shit, he's behind me. He's behind me, isn't he?"
Yeah. Okay, I'll go get the gimp mask. Here's your strap on.
Okay, yeah. So the it's that.
Bam, bam. Pretty much pistol whips him out of existence. Is that with a mace?
And
Short and ugly.
as he is swinging the mace, you see it glowing with a holy light that is painful to look upon.
You see a light?
Yeah, the mace, when basically he takes the mace, and as he is swinging it, the mace lights up with a holy glow, a holy light that is painful to gaze upon.
Holy shit.
He's not like casting a spiritual weapon enchantment on the mace.
He smites the fire giant.
You will get sprayed with brain.
You really, really do.
Yeah.
Um,
Saw that one coming.
Frodrick says, can we ask him a question before you kill him, or too late?
Yeah, it's
No, too late. Too late.
brain
LJ
space
just
too
stops him right there. Too late. Too late.
yeah, he is actually at this point kind of raging against the fire giant.
Let's back up because it's like
He-
to stop for a while.
He beats the fire giant to a pulp.
Wow. You know, if we had done this in reverse, you know how awkward that would have fucking been?
That would be pretty bad.
Wow, fire giant, you'll help us against the giants? That's great. Oh, a titan that's as fuck at you. Oh my.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
Well, dun, 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 dun.
Oh my goodness. Also true. Also very, very true. All right.
Well, that takes care of that cell. We got one more to go.
Let's see what brain spray this room.
All right.
I think this titan is on our side.
The probability very high at this point.
Fire giant is on all of our sides. Front, back, center, top. Any to back.
All right. So LJ, you want to open up the next one?
Yeah.
As soon as I can get to goddamn fucking Fisher or something. I hate this.
This is
That
This
fucking
is
text
what's in the
button
north?
comes up right in front of the thing to allow me to move
No.
the thing. It is very, very inconveniently placed.
You know, as a support specialist, I really appreciate your use of the word "thing" 3 times in that sentence. That was I didn't have a link or a screenshot or nothing, and somehow I understood it all. So
perfectly.
Zach, I think you found some really good ganja there. It's working for you, I can tell.
Victor, is this one of the large cells? Because you said there were two.
No, this is one of the regular size cells.
Okay.
And inside is a herring.
All right. And did you say you were gonna knock on this one first, or what are you doing?
Yeah, let's knock on it.
All right.
Hello, fuckery. Dungeon fuckery.
I'm sorry.
Cake or death.
You hear nothing in response.
Okay. We opened the door.
Open door. Jesus Christ.
Gee.
Yes.
What do we got here, folks?
The room is torchlit. In it are a table, chair, stool, bench, several kegs. On the walls, pegs holding a bag, cape, shield, keys, a shirt. And in the room is a fire giant with a sword, spear, a couple of boulders nearby, standing ready. And upon the door being opened, upon seeing LJ, he throws a boulder.
Bitch.
LJ, no, Frederick, you had a weapon at the ready, so you'll be able to fire.
Okay.
He is throwing boulder as you are firing arrow. So he throws boulder upon LJ.
Armor class 29.
All right, let's check my hit for this monkey. Holy smokes, the hell of a thing.
Victor, I sent you a message, by the way.
Cool, good to know. All right, the boulder misses. Pretty sure that's correct, Brandon. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure. Joel, you've got your attack AC is 21.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit this son of a bitch. How many attacks do I get?
It's a surprise round. You get one attack, he gets one attack.
Okay.
So whatever was in your bow gets released, and then we begin initiative.
Yep, there we go. Yeah, I got a 19 plus 23 plus the giant favored enemy bonus. Yeah, it's like 40 something. So yeah,
You definitely hit him.
yeah, I hit him. So that's gonna be 8 plus 5. Let's see, that's 13 plus, and for giants 13. Yeah, that's 23 points.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Okay, yeah, that's right, 23 points.
He takes it like a man, like a manly giant man.
Okay.
Initiative, please.
Initiative.
Oh, no, this is the dice that's in jail.
Oh, dear.
Once you got a 5.
20. 20.
20.
Lev has 16. LJ has 19.
14 total.
Roger, you're going to go first.
Okay. Full salvo. 13, 4, 17. Okay. Oh, you gotta roll the hit first. First salvo. Let's see, 9 plus 21, 25. That hits, I believe.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. The other one is 28. That hits. 11
It's 8, 19 plus 4 plus 5. 24. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay. 7. I think this one might have missed. Let's see, 7. That's like 14, 15. I think that's a miss on the last salvo.
That is correct.
Okay, all right. Damage is here. Let me get my calculator deal out because I've learned that comes in handy. And how much damage did I already do on that first one, Vic? What was it?
I have his current total hit points. I don't know how much. I don't need to know how much you did with the first one.
I think it was like 23 points, I think, was what I had originally.
Okay, I believe
Okay.
you.
I believe that, yeah. Okay. And then let's see. 12 plus 15 plus 1, 5 plus 7, 7, 9, 14, 14 plus. Ooh, nasty. There. 12. Let's see. 17, 19. 19. Let's see. Plus. Okay.
Cool.
Here's the next. So that would 3 hits. Plus 11. Plus 33. Okay, that's a total so far of 104 points of damage. That includes the first attack. Just so you know.
First attack. All right.
He shows skills.
The Titan comes behind you and takes you out because no mortal should be allowed to have that kind of power.
He is thoroughly damaged. LJ, your turn.
Okay, LJ is going to get on up in there, and let's see, that's just, what do you call it, 20 feet, Victor?
Yeah, he's 20 feet away.
That should be enough to make a full attack.
Sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
Zag, your harm spell does about 102 points of damage or something, from what I recall.
I don't remember.
So on the giant in the alcove on the first level, I remember. Mortal.
Okay.
Brandon, got a roll for you there in the chat. Please check.
Oh, okay. I will roll that before all of my attacks.
Thank you.
That is going to be 18 base. Let me get to my spot. 33.
All right. You spot, I'll tell you what you spot.
LJ will call out as he charges the fire giant. There's more humans.
There's more humans.
Or humans.
There's
more
more,
humans.
comma, humans.
Oh, there's more humans. What?
Why did you say that here's another
I
fire
am
giant?
referring
what kind of reading was that, dude? Come on.
Fine, I'll try and make a full, complete sentence while I'm charging a fucking fire giant. There are humans in here.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
There are more
Our
humans.
class is 21, Brandon.
Listeners with the fire giant.
Oh, not
Okay,
there are
our
more,
class is
comma,
21.
humans. There are more humans.
Yeah, let Zach handle the thespian lines, okay? He's better at that, I think.
People, I swear. All right, what'd
You're
you
a
say,
better
Victor?
actor, Zach. You really are.
Yeah, he has theater background.
I
So
do.
yeah, you do.
I do, as a matter of fact, yes.
You do. I know.
Humans is the modifier and descriptive word. Maybe you could call it adjective for the word more.
Thank you, Mr.
What is
Walker.
okay, give me the adjective for the dice roll to attack. Armor class is 21.
Yeah, diagram the dice roll now.
All right. If armor class is 21, then I've got a 31, 30, 26, 18 plus 15 is going to be 33, 34, and 30. So that's 6 hits.
All right.
2 of which threaten a critical.
Don't worry about the crits. Just go ahead and give me the straight damage real quick.
Okay, he's that bad off.
Yeah.
Sweet. 1, 2. I need to open the calculator now. 13 times 6. So before any dice rolling, he takes 78 damage.
All right, that's gonna finish him off.
Dead.
All right, he falls to the ground. Next up is Blas. Zach, you're up. No, sorry, Levrin. I get to change the layout of everybody when I do initiative because that's what's missing Levrin. That's my story. I'm sticking to it.
Lev is going to prepare a lesser cold orb spell, but he's going to hold his action before casting it.
Okay.
He's also going to actually no, I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to straight up hold my action. No doing anything. I heard there are humans in there. I don't know if they're friendly, if they're enemies. That giant is dead.
The giant
next?
is dead.
Who's next?
All right. Next are the humans. Um, yeah, they're not here for this bullshit. The humans disappear.
Those aren't humans.
LJ, give me another spot check, please.
Okay. That's a natural 19, baby. So the total is going to be 34.
All right. You see some rats running into a hole in the wall right over here.
I'll yell out, rats, they're shapeshifters, the humans.
Like a were-rat?
Something like that.
Hmm.
Whatever these humans were, they're shapeshifting.
Do I detect any undead?
You're going to cast Detect Undead?
Actually, an action to detect undead?
Yeah, it totally does.
That's a spell.
Also, your action is next, so yeah, you can do Detect Undead.
I thought that was just an ability. I didn't think that was a spell.
Nope. Nope.
Oh.
It may be a special ability granted to clerics, but it is also a spell, and it would take a standard action to cast.
Okay. Well, I use my action for that when it comes to me.
All right, well, it's your turn.
Great. I cast Detect Undead.
You detect no undead.
I also have an action for Lev.
All right.
Lev will move to the door and cast Dispel Magic. at the area that LJ saw the rats going into.
Okay.
That may present some problems if somebody winds up turning into a Rakshasa or whatever the fuck in the wall.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
also not my problem. All right. I've also got to take a bio break, but I'm listening.
All right, I'm gonna double check something real quick.
Oh, that's creepy, dude.
Yeah,
It's
it
not
is.
creepy. It's the wonders of modern technology. They're called wireless headphones.
You're taking your wireless head. Ooh, I can talk. I could do all kinds of dirty talk. You're on the. Oh wow.
How is this a thing? What is wrong with you?
Let me check.
All right.
Come on now. I know you can work. I know you can do it.
Zag has got some good stuff. Stay on that prescription, Zag. I recommend it. I like you like this.
All right.
You're not all cranky and bitchy like you usually are.
Nothing happens when the dispel magic goes up.
I'm sorry, I see a vague kind of gesture, but it's kind of
He's
hard to-
telling me you're number one.
You're number one. You're number one. He's giving you the peace sign, just half of it.
Here you go. Here's a merry-go-round.
I love you guys like real player characters. All right. What else is in my head? Okay, so that was Lev's turn. He casted Dispel Magic at the area where the rats went into the wall. Nothing happened. Blodgett. Actually, Garlos, you're up next.
What do they got now?
So, LJ was fighting the fire giant, killed him after Frederick told him full of arrows. LJ saw a bunch of humans turning into rats that ran into the wall. And Lev cast a Dispel Magic on the area of the wall. Nothing happened. So that's what you got so far. I mean, what do you guys want to do with that? I don't know.
I've got a thought, but it's not my turn yet.
I also have a thought.
This
One of us looks around for suggestions. What do we do now, mate?
Well, it's not really something you could do, but I could have my familiar follow them into that crack in the wall. He's a tiny spider, so
Yeah.
he can get in there.
Yep.
That might be good. I don't think they'd do anything.
I know it's your turn, but I don't want to impose like that unless you're
Well,
cool with it.
we can go out of turn. Basically, we can go out of combat turns.
Alright.
The Titan walks out of the fire giant's cell, wiping blood off of his hand.
Frederick gestures to the dead fire giant, to the Titan, and just basically just kind of like takes his hands and like basically indicates, yeah, we don't like fire giants either.
He nods.
We have a new best friend.
I think we'll make a good team. What was the Titan's name?
I wrote it down. His name was his name is Melos, son of
Melos?
Pharaohs.
Melos, Melos. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Not very well named when it comes to fire giants. He's not very mellow. Yes, but yeah, Melos. I'm not gonna argue with him.
I think it's Russian corn cake.
Frederick wants to examine the entrance to that hole. How big is it?
Basically, it's as big as a rat nest.
Think of
No bigger.
rats vary in size a lot in D&D.
Yeah, give it about a foot wide.
So even Bob could go in there.
Yeah, Bob could go in there.
Okay, Bob, go to the rats.
My familiar might have this one. I'll tell you if you need to send Bob.
Okay, go ahead. I'll keep Bob standing by in case the spider needs help.
For now, I'm having the spider just follow them invisible to wherever it is they're going.
All right.
Honey Badger don't care. Honey Badger doesn't give a fuck.
Victor, did you ever send me the email of my familiar's character sheet?
No, I've got to look that shit up.
Oh, okay. Don't worry about it then. It must be around
I
here
can't
somewhere.
message you. Hold on, I just.
Oh, never mind, Victor. I actually just found it. And let me tell you, if it was a snake, it would have bit me. Need to write this down in my Excel sheet.
All right. Autumn. Rabbit. Literally just looking at it a second ago. There we go. All right, that's what I thought. Just want to double check. And all right, so you're gonna send Spidey along.
Yep.
Spider-Man, Spider-Man.
Does whatever a spider can.
Weaves a web any size, catches thieves just like flies. Look out!
Look out!
Look out,
He's a spider
Spider-Man!
familiar. He's not a man. He's just a spider. He's a familiar.
It's Spider-Man.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Oh, so like horseman. He's like a horse, man. He's a horse
on
man.
a horse.
Okay.
I don't know who's listening.
The room opens up. Your spider opens up. It is pitch black. Your spider is able to basically, what kind of, double check? Can you double check if your spider can see in the dark?
He has dark vision 60 feet.
Okay, dark vision, good. So he sees 3 rats. Sorry. They seem to be curled up and not moving.
I'm gonna stay in this little alcove that they have, the little tunnel there. And I'm just gonna watch them.
Okay. Cool.
I'm going.
What's your spider's armor class?
I didn't even cast suggestion. Are you kidding me? It's 24.
Oh, that's good. That's really good, actually. I have scent.
Fuck.
And your spider suddenly realizes that there are 7 of them in the room. Two of them were in rat form above the door. Ooh. Yeah, those are not nice
What the
rolls.
fuck is going on here?
You're getting ambushed. Run.
Well, yeah, but by what?
Something that can kill it easily because you don't have any pit points. Just get out of there.
Yeah,
Wait, what was your armor class again?
more than what you're thinking.
20, 24, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Yeah. The 2 rats that are attacking you miss. And these 2 are in human form. And they are shouting to the rats to get out of the way as they advance in to attack you. And now it is your spider's turn.
My spider is going to beeline the hell out of there. And he'll turn visible and say to LJ, "They know I'm here. They know I'm here," as he crawls up his leg.
Can I hear him? Can I hear the spider? I'm curious.
Yeah, he can speak.
I say, who's there?
7 of them. Human, rat, I don't know. They're fucking weird.
They're human rats?
Cute. Some of them are rats, some of them are human.
Yeah,
They're probably both. I don't know.
Hey, I think this would be a good.
Yeah, that is entirely what I needed you for tonight.
I think dragon breath might be a good thing to funnel through there.
Yeah.
I actually have an even better one.
Okay, good.
Victor?
That's not a monster. That's a fucking thing. That goes beyond a monster.
Victor appears to be preoccupied, so I'll wait. We also appear to have lost Carlos. In the call, anyway.
He's talking to John right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Brandon, got a question for you.
What's up?
We're about to go up in level here pretty soon from what Victor says. Would you recommend I go from 18 to 19 dexterity, or do you think I should increase my wisdom from 17 to 18? I'll be level 12.
Sorry, John just headed off to bed. He's got to work at like 5 o'clock in the morning.
Okay.
Okay. Good night, John.
Hi, John.
Let me take a quick look at your skills, and I'll tell you what I think.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, so the rat is in. Sorry, the spider is in shock about the rats.
I do have an action I would like Lev to take if he is able.
Rock on with your bad self.
If he gets down on the ground, can he see through the tunnel to the area?
Oh my God! I see what's going on. Holy
to the area
shit!
beyond?
No, he cannot.
I could send my sun rod down there, so you could see.
Yeah, I mean, can I take a sun rod from Frederick on the way over and shove it through the tunnel?
Well, I can still use a mage hand and send it down there
Oh, even better.
and give you a target for a fireball.
I don't have fireball prepared in this fire dungeon, but I do have another area of effect prepared.
Cold ball, huh?
No, even better.
Okay. My sunrod's all yours.
Okay, Victor, if Frederick mage hands the sunrod down the area there, can he see?
Yeah, he can. I mean, it twists and turns a little bit, but he can make out the
I
interior
just
of
need
the
a
tunnel.
single point of ground on the other side.
Yeah, he can see it. He can see.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. I knew that thing would come in handy.
I am going to cast Scintillating Sphere and put it right at just any point that I can see.
Okay. Yeah, you can definitely. So, getting on his hands and knees,
4,
you can see about right there.
6, 7, 8. Where are the rest of my d6? 9.
Need an exterminator? Call Lev. He can take care of your termites and your basement.
Okay, so 10, 15, 20, 25, 31, 36, 38, 40 damage, Victor.
All right. You definitely hear a squeal.
And if possible, I would like LJ to manhandle Lev after the casting of the spell and get him the fuck out of the way.
Okay. All right. You hear a squeal from the casting, and then picks up, or Lev is suddenly picked up by LJ and brought over to the side. What else do you guys want?
It's beer time.
I mean, obviously true. You've definitely killed something.
I think I'm going to send Bob to the edge cautiously after the smoke clears. Bob's got considerably more hit points and an actual ability to fight anything that's remaining.
Also true.
So have Bob check it out cautiously. And I tell him to watch out from above. Use all his senses.
I remove my sentient penis and send it into the hole after.
Oh, it's a glory hole now. Okay.
I await expectantly.
Suddenly, the rock vagina snaps shut on your penis.
It's a painful experience. So you send Bob in. He finds 2 dead rats. What you can see when he head right inside. Do you want him to investigate around further?
Have him listen first.
He hears nothing offhand.
And sees nothing suspicious. How many bodies does he see?
As I said, 2. He sees 2 right in front of him.
Okay, but he can see.
That sensor just, I think. Actually, I've got that pulled up still. Yeah, he's got scent, but he does not have dark sight, so he can't see in the night, but he can smell very, very well.
Okay. Well, he should be able to hear pretty good too, right?
Actually, his big thing is scent, but he also, yeah, he has decent listen. Listen to +4.
Okay. Yeah. Make a listen check. How about that?
Yeah.
Okay. And his listen is 22.
Check one more thing real quick.
Okay.
Brandon, what is the radius of scintillating sphere?
Scintillating sphere, I believe, is a 20-foot radius, so a 40-foot diameter. But let me check just to be sure.
That sounds about right.
Because yeah, it's a 40-foot diameter. Oh, and also, I don't know if you rolled reflex save for half damage, but you would get that, and the save would be 24.
Okay. All right. As Bob sniffs around, he sniffs 3 dead rats total. The sun rod's still in the room, so you can actually see fairly well.
Good.
And he sees that there's a corridor going in this direction with stairs going down. And there are also 3 heavy iron chests.
Heavy iron what?
Chests. Big iron chests. Yeah.
Huh. So the edges of this wall, is this like natural stone, or
Yeah, it's natural stone.
is this something that the Titan could come in and start using like a crowbar, or because I've got a crowbar, but I'd have to find something bigger for him, probably in the blacksmith's area, that he could basically break open a hole a little bit wider so we could crawl in.
You ask him that?
Yeah, I asked him if basically I tell him what the lay of the land is, and I ask him if he thinks he can get through 10 feet of crump that stone, or if it's better if we find another way around. What does Froderick think? Because he does have stone cunning.
Frederick can tell it's a pretty solid stone wall.
Oh, okay. Well,
You would need. And the Titan looks and says, I mean, God damn. Oh, and he looks at Frederick and says, you are an unjustly embodied dwarf of some generosity. For you, yes, I will do this.
thank you.
And he looks at the wall, and there is now a large hole in it.
Whoa.
Wow. Okay.
About 10 foot cubed.
Thank you,
He seems to
Melos.
have cast a magic user spell.
Much appreciated.
Did he just cast Disintegrate?
Yeah, some kind. He basically just opened up that hole so we can walk through.
Victor, you said he just cast a spell. When he casts the spell,
Mm-hmm.
can I have Lev roll a spellcraft check to see what spell he cast?
Go for it.
16 on the dice, so 31.
Yeah, let's disintegrate.
Oh,
Holy shit.
holy shit.
Frodrick looks up at the Titan with admiration and says, "You are efficient."
Yeah, Lev is like just floored. He's like,
I'm walled.
you better
More
hope
like
you're
it.
not walled. He might be next.
All right.
Glad you're on our side. And there is more generosity to come, Melos. But come, let us slay more foes. This may lead us to giants. So Frodrick, I guess now that the hole has been opened up, recalls Bob and goes in to investigate. Arrow's knocked.
All right. Like I said previously, yeah, there's the dead bodies of 3 rats. And actually, they wouldn't all be huddled up. 2, 3. Yeah, the dead bodies of 3 rats. And this one would be in human form. Sorry to keep retconning. So 2 in rat form, 1 in human form. There are 3 fairly heavy, fairly sizable chests, iron chests, and stairs going downwards.
How about we have our surrogate, or Blodgett, what do you think? Think you or your surrogate or ally or this person we picked up? What do you prefer?
Yeah, do you want to check for traps or do you want your understudy to do it?
Let's let her do it and see what she can do.
Yeah, that's fine with me.
And I can watch her.
Yeah, and I'm going to stay and wait. I'm going to be in the other room.
And Victor, while they're doing that, I would like to roll a planar knowledge check while examining these bodies to see if I can think of any creature that might switch between human and rat form so quickly and easily.
Okay. Definitely a were-rat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow, that sounds amazing. Don't equip the mace until you've identified it. Yep.
Lev will inform the rest of the party that we're dealing with were-rats here.
Lycanthropy. What's next? Dare carrots?
Don't give Victor any ideas. We've fought plants before.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I heard that toad gave you a pretty good licking. Well, what's the verdict on
Alright.
this? Yeah.
The thief does a quick search check. No traps found. Does an open lock. Chest number 1 opens just fine. Yep. Chest number 1 has a lock that opens just fine, but it also has a poisoned needle in the latch that she missed.
Oh no!
Fortunately for her, the needle misses her. And she steps back, looks back at you guys, and
LJ will stop her before she goes to the second chest to try and unlock it and fiddle with it anymore. Ask Blodgett, pretty please, double check for traps.
We're delighted. I got a 27.
you rolled higher than her. You it is trapped.
If she thinks she can disarm it, she can try.
Lev is going to leave and go to the other room before any attempts are made by this woman.
Poison gas is good for you. It builds character.
Look, if I lose another 4 strength, I'm literally dead.
That's true. Yeah. Well, 30 minutes, yeah, are about up. You should get your strength back, I think, here shortly.
That's Victor's call. Has it been 30 minutes?
Completely unlikely that this will be a damage roll and kill you. Who else is going to be inside the room?
Not me.
Blodgett's not in there.
Fuckers.
I think when she goes to try and disarm the trap, we all give her a very wide berth.
All right. All right.
Just like people get out of the way of Frodrick's arrows, you know. It's just,
yeah, pretty much.
now you know how it feels.
We're looking at 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, that'll be enough.
He disarms the trap. So the second chest is disarmed. He opens up the first and second chest.
Okay. And she believes the third one to be not trapped, correct?
That is correct.
Blodgett, care to double check?
Sure.
It's great.
She looks beaten. She's
We
like,
got
21.
she. Yeah, she rolled a 1, a 4, and a 6 on the rolls for these traps.
Dude.
Yeah, that one, the third one is trapped as well.
I'm a first level thief.
I'd like to cast detect level.
I got 19 to disarm trap.
Detect bullshit. Yeah.
Again, Susan.
I got a 19 to disarm the trap.
Yeah, you're pretty sure you got it. You want to open it up?
Open it and run.
Yeah, away from me.
Have the lady try and unlock it.
Yeah, it's still locked. That's right.
Oh, it's still locked. She could try and unlock it.
All right. Okay, unlocking. She's got open locks to plus 15. She got that. She unlocks it successfully.
Okay. Well, you're good for something.
Good. Blood just got somebody to pick
Glares
up.
at him, but she kind of nods.
Uh-huh.
Okay, let's see what goodies we got.
All right. So, did you want? Did Blodgett want to open up the chest?
Oh, no, she can open it.
All right.
She said it's good. She can open it.
She opens it up. Blodgett, you did not actually disarm this one.
Uh-oh.
Oh my.
Oops.
Oopsie daisy.
Hate to see it.
Glad we're on the other side.
Yeah.
Giving that a wide berth.
Her fort plus. Yeah, she just barely made her fortitude save.
She what?
She barely made her fortitude save.
Hmm. What was it?
Poison darts, 2 poison darts. Starting upward, but the lid is open.
Okay, so then we find a third rogue, and no.
And this,
You're just mean.
so the first chest held 5 pieces of jewelry.
All right, the accountant will keep track. 5 pieces of jewelry
Mm-hmm.
worth. Don't make me roll an appraise check, Victor. I will kill you.
Worth a lot. 14,000 gold pieces
Total or each?
total.
Awesome.
Oh. And 7 pieces, even more expensive jewelry.
Jesus. Wow. Making out like bandits here.
Well, they're rats that collect shiny things.
Yeah.
41,000 pieces gold pieces worth of jewelry.
Holy fuck. Why in this world that'll buy a whole healing potion.
And and 3,200 pieces of gold.
Blodgett, Froderick gives you a bit of his share just for teasing you, by the way.
The second chest contains 8,000 gold pieces, a scroll, and a potion.
Ooh.
I'm gonna need you to hold on that, Victor. Okay.
I've actually got to identify.
Repeat that, please.
Yeah, let me identify on the scroll.
It's a protection from lycanthropes, actually.
Okay. Give that to Lev. I don't care about that. And I can do one on the potion.
It is just pure poison. It is purple worm poison.
I give that to Blodgett.
Ooh, really?
Yeah.
Yay.
It's my gift to you. Have some poison.
4 doses of purple worm poison.
4 more vials. Awesome. Now I got 5.
And what else was in that chest, Victor?
That'll paralyze, won't
That's
it?
it.
Okay.
There's all kinds of...
And 8,000 gold pieces.
Right. Let me get to my. Where do I have my? Oh my god!
You're welcome, Blodgett.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, I tease you, but I'm also generous.
He's a generous tease.
Besides, you're the best one who can use it.
And they know I like to use that poison.
Mm-hmm. You did a good job with that stew. Yep. What was it? Hamburger helper?
Mm-hmm.
Just a little bit of some special spice.
Just a little hit. Yeah, that little glove there sitting there and all these dead giants laying around.
Anything else, Vic?
Their throats slit. Okay, let's check out the room then before going up the stairs, I would say.
The stairs go down, by the way.
Oh, they go down. Okay. I can take point. By the way, that scroll lycanthropy of against that, does that prevent you from becoming a were-rat?
It
No.
probably just it acts as like a protection from evil spell, but just versus lycanthropes.
I might cast protection from evil on myself before I go down there.
I mean, I'd say let's. Well, yeah.
That or maybe send Bob down there to recon a little bit.
It's 10 o'clock. I'll probably end up heading out soon, guys.
Okay.
All right.
It's a good place to stop, right? Because it's
not a bad one.
Yeah,
It's
we
not
can
terrible.
start here.
This is a pretty good one, actually. Yeah, you guys want to call it for tonight?
Well,
That sounds good.
Yes.
yeah. Tell you what, Vic, have we leveled up yet?
Well, that comes at the end of the adventure. Yes, you have leveled up.
Okay.
You will definitely all go up 1 level tonight.
Okay, thank you. Okay, good. That way I can work on the accounting and stuff like that.
Okay.
Then I think I'm going to go with a higher dexterity, go from 18 to 19. Is that I think that'll help everything in general. Because wisdom, all that's going to do is help me with what, an extra spell or two and some +1 to my wisdom skill based.
Correct.
Yeah, and all your skills that are wisdom based. It
Yeah,
would basically just give you a bonus spell. You said your wisdom is going to be 18 or 16?
it'd be 18.
18. So that would grant you a bonus 4th level spell.
Tempting, but it's 4 levels to go up, get another, and the dexterity 18 to 19.
Yeah.
That'll give.
It won't give any immediate benefit, but if you can find an item that gives you like a +1 to dexterity anywhere, that'll bring you up to an even 20.
Yeah.
And if you do
Okay.
that, I would make finding an item like that a priority. Maybe talk to Tim about it.
Yeah, I'll think about it. I'll think
Because
about
that'll
it.
give you a +1 on all your attacks and all that.
Well, I've already got +1. I think I'm going to take another level in barbarian.
Then
What do you think? Like druid then, or ranger? Because barbarian gets uncanny dodge at 2nd level.
Uncanny.
All right, I'm out. Later.
I gotta
Get
go
some
too.
rest, bud.
Okay.
I will look at mine and let you know, Vic.
Absolutely. I'll take care.
Hey,
see what
I wanted to talk to you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I'm
Yeah, secure channel when we get a chance. So
Um,
go ahead.
Joel,
Brandon.
if you go up a level in Ranger, would that put you at 11th level for Ranger?
It would, and I would get precise, improved precise shot, I think.